Welcome back, everybody. This is the Splash Pokemon League Week 10 marquee matchup. We've got Drathion versus Straight Shade. I'm joined here by Dig Dogger,
Hey, hey.
and
Yeah,
got an interesting match here. What do you think about this matchup here?
I'm really interested to see how this is going to go because Drathion is currently undefeated, and
Mhm.
Straight Shade also has like a really good team now. He's got a lot of things he's traded up for. Um, with I mean, well now he always had Urshifu Rapid Strikes and um, Enamorus, but now he's also got the Incineroar and Iron Treads, which I think can go really well. Uh, the Rotom fan is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what that thing's gonna do. It could probably put out some Will-O-Wisps or Air Slashes or something. And then Machamp is here. Not sure what he's going to do either. He can use Wide Guard or get some Dynamic Punches out. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
just
he's there.
they are those two are there, but the other four are at least forces to be reckoned with. And then
Absolutely.
on Mark's side, of course, you've got the Dragonite and Iron Leaves, which has really been putting in work for him. A Pokemon I feel like everyone underestimated this season. Um, the Prankster Thundurus, as well as Scrafty, which I think is a Pokemon that's highly underrated. Uh,
Absolutely. Putting in so much work for Drathion this season.
right now, it's his highest KO leader on a team with Dragonite. um, and I believe Straight Shade's highest KO leader is Urshifu, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
Um, So really excited to see this matchup, especially since the both of them are all the time trash talking each other. I really want to see how this turns out. Will Straight Shade be able to end Charles's? Sorry, will Straight Shade be able to end Draythion's streak, uh, or will we have another dub for Draythion in the books?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out.
All
Go
right, do you
ahead
want
and
to tell
get
them?
them started.
I didn't even write this. Who are the good players? All right, so we see the leads: Urshifu and Amorous with Mr. Mime and Dragonite. So we've clearly got some fake out pressure here with Mr. Mime. Dragonite is interesting because we hardly ever see Dratheon bring Dragonite despite uh, what a threat it can be. Um, it seems like he's pulling out all the stops this time for Straight Shade. And of course, Straight Shade bringing Urshifu, no question.
Yeah, really interesting lead here. Probably, so there's many things you can do with the mime.
Yep,
That's
we
one of
can
them.
follow me. Ooh, the Ice Spinner. Followed up by the
Yeah,
Moonblast.
that's
Well,
what
he
I was
managed to get one
thinking.
Dragon
You've
Dance
got
off,
the follow me there to let Dragonite set up something. Down a Pokemon, but up a boost here.
right? And now we've got another fake out user coming in. The Intimidate, on the contrary, in Amorous is kind of scary, but we'll see what Dragonite can do here to deal with that.
Yeah, it did just click a special move, so that boost might not mean much to it.
That's true. Yeah, usually we see the superpower in Amorous set, but who knows how this will go? Because yeah, like you said, that was a special move. Still, these two Pokemon don't like any fairy moves to be coming their way. I feel like we're going to see a Terra this turn. The predictable thing would be a Terra normal extreme speed from Dragonite, but oh, no Terras. We get the Ice Spinner from Dragonite, the fake out on the Urshifu. Good stuff. Terra
Break
didn't even
potential
matter.
Sash there.
Mm-hmm.
We do see the booster.
Right, with that speed boost, I don't think it's outspeeding a Dragonite though with +1. But then again, I don't think Dragonite is killing this thing in one hit either. I believe Iron Treads also gets Ice Spinner, so it could do some damage to Dragonite, although its multi-scale hasn't been broken yet.
Does in fact get the ice spinner, so might be thinking about a Terra here, although he did just Terra with the Mr. Mime, so never mind about that.
Oh wait, he did Terra with the Mr. Mime. What was I thinking?
Honestly, if I were Straight Shade, I'd probably be thinking about protecting this Urshifu, lest an extreme speed get sent that way.
Right. Not to mention, Scrafty is stronger than it looks sometimes, and it could do some serious damage to that Iron Treads. So let's see if we get any big reads here with the protects or with the doubles. I'm just now looking at the chat. He already tear it. I know. I'm sorry.
In the tank for this one.
We see the switch, the Terra Ground, extreme speed into the Rotom, and then the Ice Spinner one-shots it. We get the Drain Punch, which didn't do much since it Terra'd. Terra Ground. That's kind of scary for Lucario to be coming into.
Yeah. And now Straight Shade's got the free Earthquake. Can't hit the Rotom here. It's both flying and levitate. Could
He's got
have
the free Earthquake Discharge combo.
yeah.
Rotom not holding the air balloon. That's questionable play, I believe. We've got the Sash on Lucario and the Aura Sphere, which, again, out of its weakness. Ooh, Air Slash. Are we going to see a flinch? No flinches.
Right.
This is going to be a hard one to turn around. Because Urshifu's in the back with near full HP.
See if it has an Aqua Jet. Although it should outspeed both of Drathion's Pokemon regardless.
Right. Although Lucario can learn Extreme Speed. I don't believe Scrafty gets any priority, though, outside of like Vacuum Wave. And of course, Fake Out. I don't believe it gets Sucker Punch. I could be wrong about that, but I think I remember being disappointed it didn't get Sucker Punch when I had it last season.
Does not. That would be so nice for him.
I believe there is a win con here though if Straight Shade doubles into a Protect, but I don't see him doing that is the thing.
Yeah, and even then he's got the
There's
Unseen
no need
Fist.
to. And then he's got the Unseen Fist, right? Urshifu sure is a Pokemon.
That is game one.
Game one goes to Straight Shade. Now let's see if we see any adjustments. We saw a couple of Terras. We saw some items. We saw Focus Sash on Lucario. I'm really curious to see how these two adjust. I doubt we'll see Mr. Mime Terra turn one this time if he comes.
Yeah, honestly,
I think
such an impressive read from Stray Shade to just throw that Ice Spinner immediately.
right. Well, the Ice Spinner also would have hit Dragonite even if he was aiming for Dragonite.
Oh,
So
that's true.
I
So,
wonder.
yeah, that kind of just did not work out for Drathion there.
Yeah, I believe that may have cost him the match because if he was able to Terra his Dragonite there, we could have I believe he could have pulled that back. Seems like Drathion is running an ice move on just about everything. Not Drathion, Straight Shade.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
All right, here's
All
the game
right,
two.
so what adjustments do you think we'll see here in the leads?
I'm not sure. We see Drathion always has that thunderous Iron Leaves combo he could always pull out, which I think is a really exciting combo with the Prankster Electric Terrain. But maybe he sticks with a similar strategy since it really would have worked if not for the lack of Terra later into the game.
Yeah,
Um, I think Scrafty is just a good always bring because its utility with Intimidate and Fake Out is basically discount Incineroar, which we see on the other side,
mm-hmm.
except even bulkier somehow.
I'm wondering if Dratheon is just maybe going to go for a similar start to the last match, but maybe save his Terra.
What's interesting is I'm looking at Straight Shade's team, and I don't see a single quad weakness. That's supposed to be the thing he's famous for, and yet there's way more quad weaknesses on Drathion's side this time, with Iron Leaves and uh, Dragonite and uh, Scrafty all having quad weaknesses.
Yeah, can't really commit to the bit. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this going.
Yeah, let's see. I think with the commitment to physical on Drathion's side, we could also see Incineroar come this game on Straight Shade side. All right, we see the same lead from Dratheon and the
And
same lead
yeah,
from. Let's see if we get a repeat. I think the Terra Grass on Mr. Mime was to survive a Surging Strikes in case Urshifu decided to target him down. But um, seems like he might have just been aiming for the Dragonite with the Ice Spinner. All right. One thing Mr. Mime can do that we didn't see last game is that he could just fake out this turn, and that could get him some. That could also let him potentially Dragon Dance for free as long as he can guarantee that Dragonite survives one hit from one of these guys.
yeah, so a defensive Terra with a fake out could definitely do it. Might be fearing a covert cloak. I'm not sure if we confirmed an item on either of these two.
Right. Urshifu so often runs Sash, but yeah, I didn't see a Life Orb on either of them last game. I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing that. But we do know, in fact, that Urshifu doesn't have Covert Cloak because he was faked out by. Oh, we see the Terra Grass again. This time he
Wow.
goes for the Surging Strikes. What a read! What a read! However, the same thing basically kind of happened there. It
Yeah,
still died for the two hits. So
interesting.
at least the Dragonite was protected from the Moonblast, though. But we see Thunderous this time. This is an adjustment. Curious to see what we can have happen here. This Thunderous, uh, despite being a flying type and Prankster, does not get Tailwind. So um, we could see, well, Prankster Eerie Impulse wouldn't do too much here because that would just boost an Amarith. Um,
And
and Urshifu.
we can see here in the
See,
chat the sort of mind games that are going on. Always a pleasure to see two players who know each other well.
right. Yeah, the Terra Grass definitely saved him there, because otherwise the Moonblast would have hit Dragonite because it would have died to the Surging Strikes.
Yep.
Still, you got to be careful about the um, ice moves when they come in, the ice spinners from Urshifu or Iron Treads when we see them. Thundurus posing a major threat to Enamorus here and Urshifu with this. I mean, a Wild Bolt Storm, if it hits, could be drastic for both of them. And I believe this Thundurus, despite being Prankster, it's also really fast anyway. Faster than both of these guys.
Absolutely.
If we get a double hit on the Wild Bolt Storm, we could just see a double KO. Unless Urshifu is sashed. Terra Dragon to prevent that. We see the Ice Spinner come out and take out the Enamorus. The Thunderbolt hits the Urshifu. And then Surging Strikes is going to take out this Thundurus for sure.
Oh, much damage.
Urshifu sure is a Pokemon. Now we see Iron Leaves out. Drathion is 2 Pokemon down to Straight Shades 1, but being Terra Dragon in front of this Dragonite might not be the best thing. He's already revealed Ice Spinner, which could definitely take out the rest of this Urshifu's health. And Iron Leaves, I don't know if it has anything to take out Iron Treads, but we'll see in a minute. No booster energy, so I wonder what move it's running.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Straight Shade felt pressure to switch out the Urshifu here and save it for later.
Right, that's what he did last game to preserve it. Surging Strikes on a unseen fist Pokemon, just both of those together with that BST is just such an absurd combination.
Yeah. Multi-hit, crit, so your attack drops don't matter, your reflect doesn't matter.
Your protect doesn't matter, your focus sash doesn't matter. I wonder what we'll see, because both of these Pokemon could threaten an Ice Spinner. Which one? I don't think he'll be able to one-shot both of them. The Urshifu he can take out for sure, but the Iron Treads, I feel like he'll have to double into to get anything done. We see the switch
Yep.
again. And we see the Ice Spinner again. He's faster than the +1 Dragonite. And then the close combat doesn't do it. That's unfortunate. That seems like it might be the end of Drathion's winning streak. Wow.
And there it is.
Big mind games going on in that last second to last turn, deciding who's going to do what, when, where. I didn't notice from the last game, I could be wrong, but I didn't notice from the last game that Iron Treads was outspeeding Dragonite even after +1.
See if we can get them in here for interviews. Not sure. Okay, looks like Straight Shade will go out to his car unless he's joking.
How's it going, Mark?
Not great, obviously.
Oh man, that was such an interesting match. What are your thoughts?
I think that every single Pokemon on his team is really good into every single Pokemon on my team.
Yeah, I kind of felt that with that matchup a little bit there with the the fairy. Fairy is just I suffer from the same thing. Fairy is really good into my team as well as yours.
Yeah, like
And so is
it,
ice in your case.
yeah, really hard to navigate this particular team. Um, yeah, um, it's really hard to try to find a strategy that would work into his team. Um, yeah,
I'm
I don't want
curious,
to.
what's the sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's the EV spread on the Dragonite, if you're willing to share?
Um, it is full, uh, full attack and speed. Full attack and
All right.
speed.
But adamant, I assume?
Yeah, yeah.
I was wondering.
There wasn't really a place for anything defensive. Um, because Dragonite's speed is just so terrible. Um,
Hmm.
there's really no way to make him super viable unless you do something like that. Um,
Yeah, I was wondering because of the Iron Treads outspeeding after even after +1. Is Dragonite naturally faster than Iron Treads, or am I wrong?
oh hell no! Iron Treads has 173 at level 50 without booster.
Without
It's like
booster.
without booster, it's like 30 points faster than
Okay,
Dragonite.
I may have been wrong in commentary then. I apologize.
Yeah, Iron Treads is ridiculously fast, despite
I
being a
was getting it
giant
mixed
hunk
up
of
with yours.
iron. So that was the issue.
Oh, what a stick. Yeah, that thing's
It was
fast.
really Iron Treads that gave me the most trouble in prep. I really didn't have a problem with anything else in prep. It was Iron Treads. And this isn't even the Iron Treads that I practiced against either. Um, so yeah, that's unfortunate.
Straight Shade, what are your comments on the match? How do you feel?
Well, I won, so I feel good, obviously. But I don't know. It was pretty close. I didn't actually get to prep as much as I wanted to because I've been sick and I ended up sleeping all yesterday. So um, I did most of my prep today. The big thing for my prep was that I had to make sure that Urshifu outsped Enamorus so that it could one shot Mr. Mime and Enamorus could hit whatever the second Pokemon was. But the Terra Grass really messed that up. That was pretty cool.
It was
To see
last minute.
game
That was a
one.
last minute change too. That was a last minute change because I'm like, what if he just doesn't lead Iron Treads and instead just goes Urshifu?
Yeah, because I like as soon as I saw that like Choice Band Urshifu can kill Mr. Mime no matter what, I'm like, well, this is sick. I'm like, and like fake outs obviously way more like there's way more potential to get blown out by like Terra Ghost and Covert Cloak. So I was
Right.
like, he'll probably follow me turn one, and I thought you were either gonna go for Tailwind or lead with like Thunderous and like try to kill one of my two Pokemon weak to Electric. That's why I ended up being Terra Dragon, which really fucked me up when you had Ice Spinner. I was like, well, this Terra Dragon looks real stupid right now.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know that it was Terra Dragon until obviously game 2, but in my mind, Enamorus was much more of an issue. Uh, and obviously, game 1, you weren't expecting the Ice Spinner to come out and kill Enamorus.
Yeah.
In game 2, I'm like, chances are he's gonna sack the Enamorus and let me kill it because Iron Treads is just guaranteed in the back. So what's losing one?
Fun fact: Enamorus was also Terra Dragon.
Oh well, then yeah, dude, that was actually the
Yeah,
what was
so
it? Turn two. Turn two. I was like, dude, if he tears and I get fucked here, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad.
I was thinking you were gonna lead Thunderous plus Mr. Mime, and then go for like Thunderbolt on Urshifu, follow me. And I'm like, okay, so if he leads that, I'm gonna Terra Dragon Urshifu, whatever. I probably win that game. Then if game 2 we lead the exact same thing, I'm just gonna Terra Dragon my Enamorus. So when he Thunderbolts that instead of Urshifu, the exact same thing happens. but you led Dragonite. And when you led Dragonite, I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to go for Tailwind because that's your only Tailwind user. And I was like, I don't really have a good way to deal with Tailwind. My team's just faster than his, so I guess he's going to get Tailwind up. And then
it was originally Tailwind.
When you led Dragonite plus Mr. Mime, I was thinking, so my plan for Mr. Mime plus something was just Surging Strikes plus Moonblast or whatever.
Right.
But I was thinking, like, if he ends up being multi-scale, then I don't want to hit Dragonite this turn. So I went for Ice Spinner plus Moonblast. But then when I hit you with Iron Treads, I learned that you were inner focus. So I was like, okay, so I can just go for the Surging Strikes game too.
Yeah, Incineroar.
Yeah, that was my whole thought. Like,
Incineroar makes it difficult to choose. It makes it difficult to choose multi-scale unless I choose to go Clear Amulet.
Yeah, I was just a little sketch about it game one because I was like, if he's multi-scale and I trigger like a weakness policy, I could just get like just wrecked right here. So, but like if you were multi-scale, then like you said, Incineroar just gets to like fake out, Will-O-Wisp, Intimidate. Like Dragonite just becomes super useless.
Yeah. That was my main issue.
I've got a real hard-hitting question here for Straight Shade. One of the biggest things that really surprised me when the Rotom fan came in, the most commonly used item that we're used to seeing, and we didn't see this time, was the air balloon. What made you decide not to run the air balloon on Rotom fan?
Rotom fan, it has Levitate
and flying.
What?
Yeah, but you got to be sure, you know.
You gotta be positive.
You gotta
right?
make sure you don't get hit. I actually considered a strategy.
I don't know about.
I actually considered a strategy of running Smackdown to smack the Rotom down so it gets earthquaked by the treads. But a lot of the strategies that I worked through were just too narrow. They were way too narrow.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do something like that against my team because it's like mainly Urshifu hits so fucking hard that it's hard to like plan something like cute because if you get hit with this guy, he just kills things.
Yeah,
he does so much damage.
Yeah, that was the issue. Is everything hit so hard that finding a way through your team was difficult. And prep was a nightmare for me. Prep was a nightmare because I just couldn't get through with anything. I couldn't get through. Nothing on my team did enough damage to reliably kill anything in one hit because I can't let things live. They have to get O-code. If they don't get O-code, then they present a problem.
Yeah, my whole team outspeeding mostly your whole team is kind of really awkward for that.
Yeah, Enamorous being 2 points faster than Iron Leaves is wonderful. I love that. It's
the
like
funny
my
thing
favorite.
about that is my Enamorous was pretty slow just because
so was your Urshifu
to underspeed my Urshifu. Yeah, my Urshifu was just adamant max speed.
Yeah.
Which when you brought Lucario, I was like, damn. Because I was like, okay, so if I do this, Lucario outspeeds my stuff, which is fine, I guess. Hopefully it just doesn't bring it. Then Lucario came out, I'm like, God, if I get swept from Lucario because I decided to be cute, make my stuff slow, I'm going to be so sad.
Well, you didn't have to worry about that because I was not packing a psychic move. I wasn't packing a psychic move, so I wasn't going to be able to kill Urshifu in one hit. So,
yeah. Was your if you're willing to say, obviously, was Mr. Mime Covert Cloak or Mental Herb?
He was Mental Herb. He was Mental Herb just in case. I played around with the idea
max
of Trick
defense,
Room.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because when that Ice Spinner didn't kill, I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, dude, Mr. Mime is, he can be a beefy boy if I need him to be.
Yeah, dude, I feel so bad for how much I've used Follow Me. I'm sitting here like, God, Follow Me so fucking annoying.
It's so busted. It's a busted move, but obviously it wasn't enough. But good games. It was a very eye-opening experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, good games. Better get your first loss here than in playoffs, right?
Oh, I'm not losing ever again. Count your days. Count your days, Joe.
That's the decided strategy.
Count your fucking days, Joe. I wanted to throw you into Trick Room. That was the real goal. The real goal was to throw you into Trick Room because if I can guarantee Trick Room going up, you just lose the game automatically. There's nothing you can do to stop me in Trick Room. There's nothing you can do. I can band all my stuff, life orb all my stuff. I don't have to worry about anything. I can just do whatever I want. But living was the main block to get to doing that.
Did your Dragonite have Protect?
No, fuck no.
I'm a
He ain't fast
lucky
enough. He ain't fast enough for all of that. He ain't fast enough. He ain't fast enough for all of that. And I don't think I had a way to remove a threat to him fast enough
I
for
think
it to
Mr. Mime
matter.
being your only person with Trick Room makes things a little sus because you kind of want to follow me to set Trick Room up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I when you picked up the Celebi, I was like, I think that's just a fake out. Obviously, it was. I saw you brought the Machamp. I was like, I'm sure he's mad in this preview screen because he doesn't see fucking Exploud.
No, I mean Machamp, he did have Wide Guard obviously, but he was there
Obviously.
just in case you did do Trick Room because he's pretty slow and he can really do some stuff. Also, you should talk to Machamp so I had to bring him.
I did. I still think that Pokemon is fucking terrible. I still think that Pokemon is just awful. Well, such is life.
Yeah,
Crazy
great games,
games.
guys.
Now I have to win forever. There can be no more. There can be no more losses.
None
Well,
left.
I'm gonna hop out of here and head back over to work. Good game.
Good game.
Yep, congratulations on the
guys.
win. All right, well, you got anything else there, Dig Dogger?
To hearing the talk as soon as the recording ended.
That's unfortunate.
All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.